Welcome back, and it's like that. Okay, come on. We back with another motherfucking episode of Survival Time, bitches, nigga. Alright, so we finna get into Malika Andrews today. It's a video I'm finna react to. Apparently she got a lot of shit that's controversy that's around her name when it comes to black men and black NBA players or whatever, and her downing them or whatever when it comes to covering them and her journalism. So we're gonna see about that shit.
We're gonna do something a little different. This isn't a hate on Malika Andrews party. We're just gonna analyze and break down a member of the media just like they do with athletes and players and see how they can improve. Let's get started.
I think that Dylan Brooks should be suspended for game 3 and possibly game 4. Look, you have to clean this up. Look, we talking about people saying we don't know if he did it intentionally. He fouled him on purpose and he did it with intentions. Okay, let's get that out the way. Here's the thing that we have to. Looking at the play,
you can't look at a person. Yeah, but you're making an assumption.
Yes, you can.
You can't look at a person and know what their intent was. It was a dangerous play, regardless. But you can't. Okay. I didn't realize we had a bunch of mind readers on the panel. Please continue.
Kirk, how old were you when you dunked the ball for the first time?
Now here's when he humbled her.
21.
12.
12. How old were you when you dunked the ball for the first time?
12.
I was about 13 years old when I dunked the ball for the first time. I know what a fast break looks like.
That's one of the big things with these analysts. I'm gonna say, like, I'm gonna pause right quick and say that they be really talking on shit they don't even played the game. She ain't even no hooper. I don't even know what the fuck she talking about. So at the end of the day, I can say that much without really knowing the whole full gist of the situation. And even with the niggas, sometimes like they be talking and don't be knowing what the fuck they be totally talking about. And they be just analyzing the shit from that perspective. When the players be speaking, I really do feel like the players do be speaking from their personal perspective, and their personal perspective fits the fucking game. So I feel like they know more about the situation than anybody. I really would rather they actually coach or ref the fucking games instead of like them picking up random motherfuckers who kind of don't really get no fuck about the game. They in it for what they want, in it for whatever. But you know, we're gonna get back into this.
Have 4 months out in a season because I had my wrist taken out on a dunk. I know not necessarily the intent to hurt, but I know the intent to foul extremely hard, and that's the repercussions.
Okay, so right away, she's getting upset she was wrong, being condescending, and not respecting her colleagues. The simple fact is, all 3 of those guys are former players, and they all said they can watch a play and get a conclusion from that. Woj didn't say that. Woj didn't play. He knew better. But all the players that watch game film and understand how the game works knew that that play was intentional.
Woj, you reported that Joe Mazzulla will be the interim head coach here. You can see his resume on your screen. He's been a Celtics assistant coach the last 3 seasons after spending the previous 3 seasons at Fairmount State. And he played for West Virginia between 2006 and 2011, and now could become the NBA's youngest head coach at 34 years old. And we'd be remiss not to also mention that Mazzulla was arrested twice at West Virginia, once in 2008 for underage drinking and
So why?
My fault, I just fucked up. Hold up, damn. Hold up, that just came out no fucking well. Hold up, where the fuck that just come from? She just came from left center field with that shit. She bogus as hell. What the fuck do they got to do with him becoming a coach? What the fuck is that? What do that have to do with his knowledge of the game? I don't understand these people. She seemed bitter. And she one of them light skinned bitches with the curly ass hair and shit. She all bitter and shit. And that be the ones with the coochie that be stinking and shit. They won't be liking them bitches in the first fucking place. Be trying to do all that good shit with you black and shit. They done ran into the wrong black man. I didn't want to be all like this towards niggas. I don't like that energy. That's the energy I'm getting right now. Like that energy. That's the energy I'm getting right now.
Is okay in itself. But going off what we know about Malika and her past behavior, do you think it would have been acceptable if someone else on the panel had brought those things up about a woman? I have a hard time seeing it because she won't even hold women accountable that are doing wrong right now. So why would she do it for their past? She would say, they're not here to defend themselves and we're not going to blame women if we don't know all the facts. That's what she would say.
Kobe Bryant, when I've seen him personally get in people's face and just cuss them out to their damn near in tears, and they're grown men. You know, Michael Jordan probably would have been fighting his teammates if he had to see some of the stuff that these guys do. So I feel like what makes LeBron great, he's always been not, oh, he's not a killer. He'll make the right pass, and I've always loved that. But I also think sometimes that hurts him because, not saying I've never had him as a leader.
I don't like how she responded to these niggas. I gotta pause this. They NBA players, bro. They know what the fuck they talking about. You're not on the floor. You never dealt with these people. You never dealt with in-game situations. You don't know nothing about this shit for real. You just watching it. When people just watching shit, they say anything. They don't understand what the fuck is going on. They don't understand what it takes to be a champion. They don't understand what it takes to win something. Don't let accomplishments fool you, because that don't mean you won anything. It just mean you accomplished it. What did you win? Like, what these niggas work for is a situation that's like a small percentage in a lifetime for them. Real talk.
I'm sure he has his ways of particularly leading this team, but I know for a fact if the two guys that I mentioned before saw some of the effort and energy that he saw from his teammates this year, it would have been an issue.
I mean, when Kobe, Dwight, and Nash all had injuries, though, they didn't win a playoff game. They got to the playoffs, though. But they didn't win a game. Neither did this Lakers team. The year 19, when he was averaging 22 on 37% shooting, Kobe did. The Lakers, they went 10 and 25 in the games that he played in. So I'm not sure I understand what you're saying, Matt, but I'm not so sure it's well, Kobe Bryant would have been the white horse to Kobe Bryant would have been the...
Hold the fuck up. Y'all know how I feel about Kobe, okay? That bitch just took it too far. Number one, you stinking ass, goofy ass, rotten pussy ass bitch. Kobe Bryant is a motherfucking goat. He is a motherfucking legend. He is a motherfucking striver. He is more than a survivor. He's a conqueror. That's why I got this shit tatted on my motherfucking arm, bitch. Don't never come at Kobe, bitch. LeBron ain't never went through what Kobe went through. He ain't never tore his Achilles and came back and did nothing. LeBron ain't no shit. I'm getting sick of y'all with that goofy ass conversation. Kobe put in more work than 90% of the niggas that was in the league and in the league today. Stop talking that shit about Kobe Bryant, bitch. Any bitch ass nigga, anybody, it don't matter if you male, female, got a dick or vagina. All that Kobe's dead. All that shit is dead. Don't be talking that shit about Kobe, nigga. Fuck you thought this was, nigga. Number one, Kobe's a leader. Kobe ain't finna settle for less, and Kobe would have dropped like 60 that night. LeBron ain't. LeBron finna fucking pass that shit off every chance he get because he don't want to take that shot. And real talk, the further we get through the season, you see how lazy that nigga's becoming. Because really, he just orchestrating the game. He really playing the point guard role. He's a fucking small forward. He ain't even playing his fucking position. Kobe played his position his whole fucking career. Only time he took over was when he had weak ass niggas on his team, which was what he did with Dwight Howard and them. Steve Nash was past prime. They really fucked him over when they didn't give him Chris Paul. So we're really not finna get into that part. Dwight Howard was on some whole shit. Now we know what he was really on. He was loving that Miami, that little motherfucking California life. I mean, he was out there fucking with them little you feel me's and shit. I mean, he's just, but no, fuck all that. If anything, if you remember the time frame in the team, nigga, him and Dwight was always getting into it because Dwight wasn't putting in enough work. He said that nigga was lazy. He said that nigga wasn't no motherfucking Shaq. He said that nigga wasn't on shit for real. He said that nigga could have been even more dominant than what he was. He didn't like how soft he was as a player. And that's the main thing you really need on the floor. It's a dominant big man, which is what he had in Gasol and buying him at a point in time. And we trying to play with Kobe, nigga. Fuck.
Definitely not saying that, but what I'm saying is Kobe would get in, like he would not let the way some of his teammates play.
Kobe not gonna let nobody disrespect the team like that. He not gonna let you come around fucking up. He not gonna let you fuck up his legacy. LeBron, he don't give a fuck. He gonna trade you. He not trying to get cohesive. Kobe will let you get cohesive, but you gotta earn his respect by how you playing. He not finna get you traded off unless you just that fucking trash and you really just getting on his fucking nerves.
Wins, then you're just getting in somebody's face.
But it's gonna be a problem the entire season. And it just didn't seem like at some point it just seemed like everyone's just like, oh, well, forget it. It is what it is. And I just know, like I said, this is not even what LeBron has been able to do this season alone has been absolutely incredible. He continues to climb the historical ladder. But I'm just saying from a standpoint of just not having what he saw on a day in, day out basis sometimes, those guys wouldn't have had it like that.
A lot of people ask us, what's the difference between...
Here again, she's not really respecting the experiences that Matt Barnes has gone through as a player. That's the unique thing that he brings to the panel that no one else has, other than the other players, of course. But on that panel, he's the player. He's been there. He's done that. He knows how Kobe leads, and he's seen how LeBron leads, and he knows it's different. And all he's doing is pointing out the difference. He wasn't being vulgar. He wasn't hating on LeBron. He was simply pointing out that Michael and Kobe lead differently than LeBron, and sometimes it works better that way, and sometimes it doesn't.
Stephen A., with all due respect, this is not about pointing the finger. Stop. The fact that it was able to go on all day, the fact that we are sitting here debating whether somebody else should have been suspended or not, we are not here, Stephen A., to further blame women. That is not why we are here.
With this one, we already know she falsely accused Stephen A. of blaming women, but what I'd like to add is if you're the guilty party that slept with Ime Udoka, why don't you come forward to stop the speculation? If you know your coworkers that are also women are being dragged on social media, Why don't you take responsibility for your actions? Notice how she never called for that. Instead, she's blaming everybody else for wondering why the woman wasn't punished. And that's not fair. Especially when she's the one that just aired out the new coach's dirty laundry all over national television.
When they asked, is anybody else going to be punished? And they said no. And my whole thing is this, right? These are some of the facts that have been out. These are some facts that I know that, this relationship, one of these relationships that was had with Ime Udoka and one of these women, it was consensual, meaning that this woman actually played a part in it too. So my thing is, yes, Ime Udoka was wrong. We get that. His punishment, he deserved that, and whatever else follows, I hate it for him, but he put himself in this position. But why are the other people getting left off the hook?
Well,
that's the problem that I have right now. Everybody got to be held accountable.
I think that we need to circle back to what Shanae said, is that there was a investigation that was conducted by an independent law firm here, and I think that transparency is what will rule the day here. And so without having all of the information, it is unfair and irresponsible of us to go and to speculate on.
Y'all see this bitch just talking. Everybody know bitches just be lying, man. A lot of times bitches lie, niggas lie, everybody lie, but you need facts and you need proof. Niggas need to stop going off the alleged shit and actually go off the proof. But it is kind of proof behind his name, so I ain't gonna speak too deep on that. But shit, we don't know the whole story. We don't know all the facts. Like motherfucker said, one of them situations was consensual. It's a lot of situations where females change the situation and you think it's one thing and it's a whole nother. Like it's a miscommunication, possibly. You never know. But a lot of women will take it further and think some other shit. One thing about it is, if a nigga want to rape you, he can rape you. Ain't too much stopping him from raping you except you. But how much stronger than that nigga are you? So if you got out the room when you say he was trying to rape you, I ain't finna believe he tried to rape you. I'm gonna assume he got a little touchy feeling, you ain't liked it, and you probably left or whatever. You wasn't feeling the situation. Fuck. Women just be actually trying to just get on some other shit, because a lot of times bitches just take shit too far. I'm gonna just say that and I'm gonna leave that there.
Because what we have to...
Well, I'm not speculating. Sure. I have the information. I'm not speculating.
But what we have to go with here is the fact that an independent law firm came in, did this investigation, and the facts that they were presented, they came to the conclusion that Ime Udoka violated a policy that warranted a 1-year suspension. And I share your frustration with the lack of transparency, while understanding that there is some things that they need to, from a legal perspective, keep private. But knowing all of that, understanding all of that, we have to come to a conclusion that whatever rule, the conduct that was broken on one side, it is not the same on the other side. I thank you for your perspective.
The last thing I want to mention is, notice how in every one of these clips, she's interrupting the speaker, but no one ever interrupts her. Once she's taken the floor, it's her floor. That's what I don't like. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to have a different perspective, but why don't you ever let them finish their point? And in Perk's case, he never got to finish his point. She completely cut him off and took him off the air, and that was the end of it. If someone says something she doesn't like, she's allowed to interrupt and even cut them off completely, and I do not like that one bit. That's my biggest problem with all this. But that's just what I think about all this. Let me know in the comments.
I ain't gonna lie, I really didn't like her attitude towards the whole situation. Like, she was just always turning her nose up and shit, just acting all uppity and shit, just real extra and shit with motherfuckers. Especially with the men, also trying to draw the woman in. Like, if you go back and shit and you see it when she was like, well, she said this, and like she said these were the facts, and this was the evidence, there was an investigation or whatever. Okay, cool. This is the thing though, first of all, you can't run around acting like fucking women are always innocent. Women are not always innocent, and everybody in America is innocent until proven guilty. Stop running around acting like we always doing something, y'all. And I hate when women always acting like every man is abusive. And do a full investigation first, so we can know what's going on before we just accuse this man, because people will end up turning this man's whole world upside down, messing his career up, all type of shit. And I didn't see what the point that was in bringing that up while he's getting a promotion to become a head coach of actually in like a top team in the NBA. Like he a black coach. That's actually a big statement for a black man actually to be holding the title in. I don't know what the fuck wrong with that bitch. What the fuck going through her brain or whatever. Even with the Kobe shit. Speaking on how he lead and shit. Him and Michael Jordan and LeBron, they two different leaders. I say two different because at the end of the day, LeBron and Kobe is aggressive. Michael Jordan's aggressive. They both gonna be in your face. They gonna tell you trash. They gonna want you to get better. They not gonna trade you, but they gonna tell you trash, and they gonna tell you they want you to get better. Also, they not gonna just tell you trash. Niggas will tell you that on record too. They gonna tell you trash, and they gonna tell you they don't fuck with you because you're not trying to level up. Other than that, they're not gonna trade you. The team will trade you before they trade you or request to trade you. But LeBron is not a leader. He ain't finna try to build you up. He ain't trying to come at your character. He not trying to come at your laziness because he's also a lazy nigga. Everything LeBron do is off the fly because he's actually like 6'10", nigga. That shit easy for him. It ain't shit for no 6'10" nigga to dunk on niggas. It's harder for a 6'6" or 6'4" nigga to do all of this shit they doing on niggas that's 6'10", that's 7 foot in the NBA doing work. Like niggas actually had to get their weight up to compete against other niggas that was bigger than them, taller than them, and knocking him over in the NBA. LeBron ain't went through none of that, man. Allen Iverson went through more than fucking LeBron went through. I don't really get how people be on LeBron dick like this. Like I'm lost. I know he was always supposed to be a self-proclaimed king, but like everybody overruling this nigga. But yeah, personally, I do think she on some other shit with niggas because that seemed like she really on some other shit. I also seen, I believe, the whole time, her husband is white. So yeah, she might have some type of issue with niggas. When it comes to black men, I don't know who did what. I know niggas do shit. Hey, it is what it is, but every man ain't like that. And it's not right to be airing out people dirty laundry on a fucking network where you supposed to be talking about sports. Not news, it's sports. And I understand that y'all talk about news too, because it's like supposed to be a part of what their lives are, but that's actually a case. And unless you're going to present all the evidence on the case, don't speak on it. Because it seemed like it was one-sided conversation. Because it seemed like she was just defending the woman. Because it seemed like she just wanted to really like bash his little reputation. And people got to understand, like, can't let people tarnish your name out there. When you let people tarnish your name, you let people fuck up your image towards other people. So now other people looking at you like this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, people got to stop being so small-minded and stop listening to just one source of information. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Hey, gotta know your purpose, understand what worth is. These snakes is lurking, observing, trying to close your curtain.